let me ask you, and you might not even have an answer to this because you generally hate people a
Yes.
lot more than me. But
Hmm.
so I have a neighbor, my neighbor across the street. This guy is my absolute hero.
Hmm.
Without being asked, all winter, every winter, he snowblows my driveway.
You
Like,
throw him a couple of shekels or
well,
anything?
I always have every year. I mean, not for pay. He just does it. And
Right.
then every year I go out and get him. I've gotten him, movie tickets, and I've gotten him gift certificates to like Outback and stuff, so he can take his wife for a nice
Right.
dinner or
Sure.
something. I try to do that every year, but I spend, I don't know, $100, right?
Okay.
So this year, he's out there. He's not only doing his driveway, but he's doing mine, and he's doing my neighbor next door, and he's doing his neighbor next door to him every
Right.
time it snows. He goes out and does 4 driveways. So here's my question. I'm thinking about, instead of just giving him $100, at the end of the snow season or whatever,
Hmm.
maybe getting with the neighbors and each of us throw in $100 and make it a more valuable thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you think that that's a better idea, or do you think I should just say,
I mean,
fuck them, do your own thing?
do you know your neighbors well enough to approach them
I
about
do.
doing something? Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Because
Well, I
I'm
don't
like,
know about the
yeah,
guy across the street, but Jose, certainly. I've done web work and stuff for him for 20
all
years.
right. Well,
So,
I mean, if you already know them and that you already know them on a semi-personal level,
yeah.
I mean, it couldn't hurt to.
But do you think that's a better option, is to
Yeah,
get
but
everybody and give them a
but
nice
what do you,
$300 gift instead of 100?
eh, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I guess if you put it in a card where everybody puts their name on it as a
Yeah.
collective or something.
And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, because it's awful hard too to figure out what to get somebody.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, movie passes. I could get them like a movie. They sell like a season pass for 2
Hmm.
people for like $150 or something, and I could get that. But every time I've like partied at, like, when we have little neighborhood parties and stuff with him, I've never once heard him talk about movies. Never.
And
He's never.
he may not be a guy that goes to movies.
And
So
that therein runs the rub, and it's like, even with like food passes, like to Outback Steakhouse or something. What he gets with him and his wife, I'm thinking $100. $100 might not be enough.
yeah, well, I can tell you from personal experience that if you go to a mid-level restaurant
Yeah.
with 2 people, and depending on if you have a couple of drinks or something,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna cost you at least 120.
And that's kind of, so what do I give? Do I give 150, or do I team with these guys and just put three hundies in a card? Say, here you go, bro. Do whatever you want with it. If you want to go to Lowe's and buy a new mirror for your bathroom or something, go ahead. I don't care. Just I appreciate the fact that I don't have to go out in the fucking snow.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know your neighbor, but guys who have a like a snowblower or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is he an older guy, retired
He's
guy?
older than me, but he's not retired yet. He's
All
like
right.
64,
Yeah,
65.
he's probably one of those guys who take a lot of pride in his machine, and it's like his opportunity to go out there and run his machine out there, and
Mhm.
operate it. It's like a guy with like a motorcycle, or a guy
Sure.
who has like a weekend car,
Mhm.
that he likes to take out of the garage and shine it up and drive it
Yeah.
around the town. Well, he's probably like pretty proud of his snowblower and likes to go out there and, because he sounds like kind of like a man's man type
Oh,
of
he
guy.
definitely. I mean, he's a construction guy.
Yeah, well,
That's
there you go. That's what, see, I don't know the guy, but just
yeah.
from what you're telling me, kind of strikes me as, just I'm proud to go out there with my machine and,
Mm-hmm.
clean people's driveways because,
Yeah.
I'm watching out for my neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And dude, it's funny because over the years too. I mean, one of the things that I do and my son does is anytime he has a computer problem, he just comes over and we fix it. You know, no charges, never, you know, because he does my driveway all the freaking time.
Say you have a skill that he doesn't have, and he's got a skill that you don't have. Or
but he needs his computer tweaked once every 2 years. I need my driveway plowed every 2 days.
Yeah, but your driveway is like 20 feet long. I mean, it probably takes under 5 minutes to clean that thing.
Yeah, it's still 5 minutes. I don't have to go outside. You know, it's 5 minutes of me not falling down in my driveway because I'm stomping around on ice or whatever.
Right, of course.
You know, I mean, I personally don't feel like fixing his computers, which we've never, ever had in all the time we've lived across from each other, and he's brought me his computers. I don't think we've ever had one time where we had to work more than 10 minutes to fix. Well, you know, he's a non-computer guy, so a lot of times it's like, oh, I shut the lid on my laptop and now it has an error, and he's just afraid to push anything because it has an error on the laptop.
But that's one less trip he has to make to Best Buy or some computer store to say, hey, can you tell me what's wrong with this thing?
Yeah.
You know, instead he just runs it across the street. You open it up, take a look at it, do a tweak or two, and go, there you go, bro.
Yep.
Oh man, you're a lifesaver.
And that's exactly how it is.
I thought I fucked it up. I thought I broke it, man.
And he is like that, dude. And I'm telling you, man.
I know this guy.
Yeah, dude.
I know people like that.
And he is so, like, we had a problem during the summer where our toilet was like, I don't know what, I know shit about this, but I guess the bolts
shit about
the shitter, exactly. But I guess the bolts loosened or something, like the bolts that hold it to the floor.
Yeah.
And it got, I guess, wobbly or something. But and you know,
did it start to leak?
Yeah, it started leaking just a little bit.
So you got the wax ring off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I know nothing about this. I mean, I am a tard when it comes to any of this stuff. And I asked him, I looked it up on YouTube and was like, all right, this is how you got to fix it. You got to pull this off. You got to go buy this ring. You got to put it in. You got to put it in the right way and not pinch it or else it'll leak. You know, all the shit, right? So, of course, me being me, I have no tools. So I didn't have anything. I had no tool to go and get the stupid thing apart to lift it up, right? So I went over to his house and I asked him, I said, hey, do you got whatever kind of wrench I need for this, right? He comes over and does it for me.
He goes, what are you doing over there? Well, you know, my toilet's leak. Oh, fuck, I'll come over there.
And he did. And he did it and threw me out of the bathroom.
And he brings this whole box of tools.
Yes.
With him. He's got his tool chest, and he goes in there, and he starts wrenching around in there. And he comes walking out of there with a lot of pride. And it's like, yep, all fixed.
All fixed, pal. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, let me pay you something. No, I don't need you to pay me nothing. No.
I'm a man's man. Yeah. I don't take money for doing
He won't let you. That's why That's why I'm considering, you know, I got to do something because this weather this year has been a lot tougher than some of the other years. And I've always done it. I've always done like movie tickets, or honestly, the two things I've done is movie tickets. And once I got him a card at Lowe's because he is a construction guy. He owns his own little construction.
That's probably the perfect gift for him too. So that would be the answer right there.
Lowe's?
Since he's a man's man, get him a gift card to Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. Yeah. Like $300 worth. Yeah. Because he'll be buying some Milwaukee tools and, you know.
Well, and that's why I was asking the question, because I really didn't know what.
Yeah, the food thing is good, but if you already know that this guy likes tools and likes working with his hands, and he's kind of a man's man, a rugged dude. There's not a dude out there who is like that doesn't enjoy going to the Home Depot and, you know, poking around over there and go, hey, you know what? I got this new miter saw. You know, I've been meaning to get this miter saw with a dado head on it, and you know they had that for sale over there. Now I'm able to make some wood frames around my doors in the house.
Right. Yeah, and meanwhile you watch my eyes glaze over while he's saying all that shit because I know none of that. Like, yeah, miter saw, gotcha. I'll pick like the one word that I know out of all of that. I'll be like, yeah, saw. Mm-hmm. Good call.
So there you go. We figured it out. If you want to go collectively with your neighbors and get a meaningful gift, and
Yeah.
you want to, have everybody chip in $100 or something, you can get them a nice $300-$400
Yeah.
gift card for Lowe's or Home Depot.
So do
And
you think that's the